we have our Midwest low-speed straight attachment here. The burr has already been removed in the operatory. We've already disconnected it off the low-speed motor. So we're going to do the washing portion of the process now. So we're going to spray the outside of the attachment with the Midwest Plus Handpiece cleaner. We're going to spray this liberally on the outside. We're going to take a soft sponge or cloth, rub the outside to clean it up. We want to remove any visible debris off the outside of the attachment. We want to make sure that we do not spray, soak, or wipe this with any disinfectants, alcohol, or chemicals. We only want to use the Midwest Plus cleaner and plain water. We can rinse this underwater, get all the debris off the outside, and then we can just use a paper towel, dry this off. We have our Midwest low-speed contra angle and head. And we're going to spray this liberally on the outside of the attachment. We're going to use a soft sponge or soft cloth to remove any visible debris off the outside of this attachment. So we'll rinse this off now underwater, get any of the visible debris off, and then we can just dry this off with a paper towel. So we're ready to do the next step in the process here for our Midwest type straight attachment. First thing we want to do is make sure that the burr's been removed and the chuck is closed. So these two circles here indicate that the chuck is closed. If they were not lined up apart, the chuck would be open. So let's close the chuck, no burr or implement in the end. And we're going to go ahead and take our Midwest Plus spray. We don't need a special nozzle or anything on there. We're just going to put this spray up to the back end, and we're going to do a 1 second burst. That's basically push the button all the way down and let it go. That's a 1 second burst of spray there. Okay, so we can set this aside now. We're all lubricated. Now we want to expel that excess lubricant and cleaner out, and we have two machines here that can do that. This Midwest machine has been discontinued, but it's got a nice specialized port just for Midwest type low-speed attachments. Or we have this machine from another manufacturer. We can use that, but we have to use an adapter. So I'll show you both of them. They're all quick. Either way, we're going to run this for about 30 to 60 seconds till all the excess oil and debris is blown out of it. Then it'll be ready to go. So if I put it on this station, I don't need any adapter. We can just slide it on there, press it down, and it's going to spin those components internally to get the excess debris out. If we use the Midwest low-speed attachment adapter, we can snap that on, clicks on there, and now we can put it on this station over here, press it down, and that just blows air through instead of spinning the motor. Okay, so again, that's going to blow all that excess cleaner or lubricant out. With these attachments, if you do not have a station available, you can always pop them back on the motor, and again, just run them for 30 to 60 seconds to disperse that lubricant and cleaner inside. This nozzle has a little point in that black tip built right in. This is the cap that comes with the can of spray, and we're going to line that up to the burr tube, and again, we're just going to do one quick 1 second spray. So we've got our Midwest contra-angle sheath and head. This would be the same for either the latch type head or the friction grip type head. There's two different head designs for this. We're just going to do this one complete like this. So we're going to go ahead and take our Midwest Plus spray, go ahead and insert that in the back end, and do a quick 1 second burst there into the back end. So on the Midwest one, we can just, if we put this down on the top, press down, here, that's just going to spin all that in there, distribute all that lubricant and cleaner around in there. If we want to use this type of machine, we can use the Midwest low speed maintenance adapter. Just clicks on there, that gives you the 2 ports that line up on this station. Press down on there, and what that's going to do is just, that pushes air up through. So instead of spinning the gears, it's going to use air to distribute the oil around inside. Again, 30 to 60 seconds on each of those machines. This just has a little button to release that. Pull that off. If you don't have any of this equipment available, you can always go back to your low-speed motor and connect it on there and run it for 30 to 60 seconds. Again, that's just going to move those gears and bearings around inside to distribute that oil and cleaner. And this cap does have a little tip on it, a little black raised area that'll fit right in this burr tube. And we're going to lubricate the chuck assembly. Again, that quick 1-second burst, cleaner and lubricant. Just a real quick spray. By the time you press it down, just go ahead and let it go. After we do that, one other thing you can do with these is if you have a weekly type maintenance regimen, you can take these 2 things apart. So this little guy spins free here. Spin that till it's free. Then the head will pull off. And then with this little gear shaft, we'll pull out of the inside. It just kind of sets in there. So you can just pull it out. It's not going to break anything. And then if we look at these parts, we can, I like to do this with the dropper oil because it's not spraying around as much. So this is the Midwest Handpiece lubricant. And what we're going to do is there's going to be a gear down inside of this end. So we can put a drop of oil down on that end. Same thing on this side. There's going to be some gears down inside that opening where we remove that shaft. Put a drop of oil down in there. And then if we look at this shaft assembly, can hold this center and these ends spin. If you see right in the middle, there's a hole there. I like to put a drop of oil right in that hole in the middle and then on each end. Just make sure everything's spinning freely. If there was any black debris or any wear or anything in there, clean that up with a paper towel. And then we're just going to go ahead and reassemble this. So this shaft, again, goes back inside the head. You get it flipped around, you know, it'll only go in so far. This way you can tell that's not the right way. The longer end goes down inside. And then this goes back on with the button tilting towards the back. There's a little bit of a tilt to the contra angle. And then spin your nut back on. And then we'd want to go ahead and expel again, and by whatever method you're using, either on the Midwest station, the other station blowing air, or at least put it back on the low speed motor and run it for 30 to 60 seconds. So again, we're going to get one more clean paper towel and just dry off the outside of that handpiece. Make sure there's no excess oil on the outside of the handpiece. Then it's ready to be bagged and sterilized. And you want to refer to the product IFU, the instructions for use, for specific sterilization instructions.